Welcome back to Keris Investment, where investments are made simple. My name is Ken, entrepreneur investor in the stock market, real estate, and of course, doing my own small business. Guys, if you're watching this channel, I appreciate it 100%. Now, do me a huge favor. If you enjoy the content, please hit that subscribe button. Now, let's jump right into it because I'm actually blown away. I'm excited and I'm confused at the same time. But I told you guys, in my last video, I believe that was yesterday, just yesterday, I said, listen, Bed Bath & Beyond is due for correction. And I pointed out that says, hey, these investors now, they're playing the reverse trick with these short squeeze. You got to be smart, guys. You got to be smart. Now on my screen, you can see I have bullish versus bear. And this is a prime example, guys, that we got to be smart with these investments. This was easy money that you put back in the market that you didn't have to put back in the market. Now, I don't normally speak like this, but when it happens, guys. It absolutely happens. Now, I have big news in terms of this video. Please do me a huge favor. Watch the entire video. I'll make it as short as possible to make sure there's no fillers. It just gets straight to the point, so you guys could enjoy the content. But before we get to it, let's jump into the intro. Appreciate that, guys, and I'm still excited. But before we jump into it, there is a big concern of what's going on the market. Now, we saw huge thing happen in terms of Bed Bath & Beyond. Now, as usual, the rich continue to stay richer. We got to be smart. There's no complaining. If we're in the same position, we'll do the exact same thing. I'm going to switch to my screen so you guys can see exactly what's happening here. So if we take a look right now, we can see this article in Bloomberg is actually talking about Ryan Cohen. He has a company, which is RC Ventures. This company, as you can see here, invested $121.2 million between January and early March. They acquired 7.78 million shares of Bed Bath & Beyond. Now, since that time, it was very, very attractive to investors because they think, hey, this is a well-known investor, so this is exciting news. Let's jump in. Now, we made a few profit here and there. Nothing to say it was a bad thing. It was a good thing, right? It was an absolutely great thing. But what happened now we saw here? Between Monday and Wednesday, when the price shuts up 400+% for the month of August, this guy sold his entire stake in Bed Bath & Beyond. He made a profit of almost $60 million for just holding this stock for pretty much 5-6 months. And this is a prime example, guys. We got to be smart with our investing, of what we're doing and how we're entering a trade. And I say it all the time, that be precautious, make sure that we are taking advantage of the market when we can, as best as we can, right? You can see here that the guy made a huge profit. And if you're following the market, it didn't have to happen. We could have made great profit along with the momentum. Now, remember, yesterday when I made my video, I let you guys know that says, hey, I've been trading this stock from about $9.40. I've been following it for the last few weeks from $4, $5, but I was very skeptical because I understand that this is a pattern with Bed Bath & Beyond. We saw the exact same thing a few months back, right? But the earlier part of August, we can see from the ending of July to the start of August, the price of share was trading just around like $5 to $6 on average per share. But in the last 2 weeks, we have seen a huge breakout from $7.90 crosses $13 per share. And then we have a pullback. If you guys were following the market around that time, that's when I kind of get in at $9.40, and some shares around $8.85 around that range. But I created a video yesterday because I knew that this was going to happen, right? Like something tell me that says, hey, make sure I create a video to let you guys know like what's going on, because at the end of the day, guys, this is a family. We want to make sure that everyone here is family, right? I keep it simple. If I have something to share, I share it. If it's a risky investment, 9 times out of 10, I test it first. I learn the pattern. I see where the enter and exit and the prices are best. Then I create a video and says, hey, here's a stock that I think you could make a huge profit. Please use precaution or use a stop loss or use a trailing stop loss to make sure you're like protecting your capital. If you're not sure, speak to a financial advisor. I bring this information to you guys all the time. And this is a prime example. Now, yesterday when I created the video, I says, listen, I've been trading this stock from $9.40 and $8.88. I says, listen, it went for a huge run, and then we saw a pullback in the 1560. And I says, listen, now it's trading above $26. I said, sell between $28 to $30 per share. If you guys recall that video, it crosses $29 per share, and then we saw it pull right back to $18, $19 per share. And I warn you guys, I says, listen, it is a pattern. If it crosses back $28 to $30 again, it's going to go back into $13, $14 per share, or even lower than that. And we saw the exact same thing happen. We saw it crosses over on like $30 per share. And then next thing you know it pulls all the way back. If we take a look right here, we see the first run here crosses $28 per share. And then we saw a huge selling pressure. But guess what? These selling pressure was actually by Ryan Cohen. He was selling his share at peak, right? He was selling at peak, slowly offloading. That's why the volume was so crazy. I told you guys in that video that says, hey, the volume is over 160 million shares. That is impossible. It's just riding. Huge pullback here we saw in the 18s. And I told you guys, I says, listen, if you go back in that range, make sure once it crosses $28 per share, dump your shares and wait. And if you guys did that, then it would be a perfect opportunity, because at the end of the day, guys, I told you guys what they're doing. The media is saying meme stock, Bed Bath & Beyond, Weber, or they'll put AMC in there or GameStop. But I told you, once the media starts to label it in the last 2 days that says meme run, I knew that something was about to happen, and I knew it was a matter of time. And I tried to create a video, and I posted, and I let you guys know. I says, listen, be patient, take precaution, use a stop loss. Do not enter if you don't have to. Be prepared to lose, right? And it happens, guys. With these kind of these runs, you have to trade with momentum. Once you start to see like 10, 15, 19% starts to get off the price, and then you see the rebound, and you see the same thing, 10, 15, 20% starts to drop, it bounds to happen. But the biggest news of the day is that this guy made approximately like 60 plus million on his sale here. And the funny thing about it, and the thing that's actually crazy about this news is that if you're reading the news in terms, the news that the company came out with, they actually said in a news back, and what date was this? This was in the morning. In the morning, they had some news. That's something you cannot trust these companies. You got to be careful, because at 6:35, and this is August like 17, so yesterday, that was Wednesday. And the news that came out, it says Bed Bath & Beyond says working exponentially over the past several weeks with external financial advisors, lenders, and strengthening their balance sheet. It says Bed Bath & Beyond says they're pleased to have reached a constructive agreement with RC Ventures in March and are committed to maximizing value for all shareholders. Right? It says they were working with RC vendors, but they didn't say that they gone ahead and sold their shares. Now, obviously, we see here at the close of market, which is today, they came out and says that RC Venture says has no stake in Bed Bath & Beyond as of August 16. Bed Bath & Beyond Inc. says has no stake in, okay, so repeating the same thing. So a day before that they came out and said they were working with RC Ventures, they already sold their shares from the 16th. Right? The 16 would be when? Tuesday. Right? So they sell while the market was actually pumping. We saw here on Tuesday, this huge run when you see it breaks that $28 per share. And then we saw the huge drop in price that goes to $18, $19 per share is because they were selling their shares slowly to completely wipe their stake out so they can be in profit. And this is why you got to be careful with these hedge fund guys. Listen, this is why the billionaires stay rich. Right? They know that the price is going to run and they won't let the game stuff happen to them again. Right? They knew that this was coming, so they make sure that they clean house and probably leave all the bags now with the regular Joes. Right? And this is why I say you got to be smart when you're investing in these stock. Make sure that you're using a trailing stop loss or pay attention, because with high volatility, the same as how we can make a huge profit, the same as how we can make 100% or 200%. That's the same way you can lose 100, 40%, 50%. And this is a lesson learned for anyone. That's why, guys, if I have information as usual, I tend to bring it to you guys. I let you guys know, in my opinion. Obviously, I cannot tell you guys that you need to sell your shares or to buy shares. I can only tell you what I'm doing and to suggest what I think is going to happen, right? 9 times out of 10, it's right on. So if you guys watched that video yesterday, and if you're able to exit above $28 or above 26, 27, or anything in a green, anything in a profit, if you're able to save and not get screwed this like today or in the aftermarket, then this is the reason why I said you got to subscribe to this channel, because I make it simple to you guys and I bring it to you guys when I have it. And if you did watch that video, then 100% you guys would have been a winner and you guys would not lose anything in this trade. So as usual, I hope that makes sense to you guys. Please do some research. I'm excited to see tomorrow where the price will be. I have a strong feeling that it will touch back in that $8.40 range, and it will do a recover. Right? It will recover and do a semi-run. So be careful. Don't be fooled. If you're trading in the pre-market tomorrow in the morning, take precaution, because you just never know. Because you may go in and you can't come out in time, and then you get stuck holding it, have a bad taste in your mouth for the weekend. So this is why I'm creating this video. It is Thursday night right now. It's 11 p.m. and I'm making sure I'm bringing it to you guys, so you guys could be prepared for tomorrow. Either way you want to go. If you want to go in the trade, if you want to sell, just be mindful, take precaution, use a stop loss if you can to make sure you're protecting your capital. But if this content makes sense to you, if you appreciate the time and the effort, do me a huge favor. I hope you watch the video until the end, because hey, this is just voicing opinion, speaking to you guys how it is, in my opinion, of course. And if you guys perceive it, great, that's fine. So like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. If you're able to get out in time, if you're able to get out in green, or if you're able to get out with a small tot loss, hey, it happens. It's a stock market. So until next time, guys, peace out.